So at this point, we've talked about a lot of things. We've talked about how you decide on the way you're going to manage your portfolio of products and services. That's called brand architecture, right? We've also talked about naming, what you're going to call something. We've talked about the research that's necessary to make any of these types of recommendations. Well, along with all of those components, of course, comes the visual language. In fact, you saw branding and you said logos in your consciousness. Well, please consider that nobody has ever purchased anything because the logo was pretty. This video is being filmed by a Canon camera. Do you think that the producer picked the camera because of the way that the Canon name is drawn? Absolutely not. There's a relationship with the brand and its experience, right? Nobody ever bought anything because a logo was pretty. But what the logo again does, much like a name, is it provides a trigger point, a recall. It's supposed to invite the consumer into a new place so that they think about your business. Well, if the logo is just the introduction, what's the rest of the visual experience? Well, it comes down to a series of really simple components. So if you think about a logo, it not only has the words, but often has shapes. So brands have a series of shapes. Think about any organization you can think of, like the Coca-Cola logo as an example. It's the swirly shape, right? It's not just the words or the bottle cap or the shape of the bottle, right? Great brands have shapes affiliated with them. We have mentioned Coca-Cola again multiple times at this point. How about the color red? Synonymous with that institution, right? If I say green, you might say John Deere. I say brown, you say UPS. Say purple and orange, you say FedEx. Great brands also lay claim to a color. Now you can't have exclusive rights to a color, but you can absolutely pick a color that no one in your category has ever used. Another component are the photos that you use to portray your business, the customer experience, whatever that might be. And please don't leave your photos to chance. Don't just pick some random ones or borrow some from friends. If you recognize that the brands that you admire most, honestly, the ones you feel the strongest connection to, their photography directly relates to the brand experience you tend to have, right? The photos have the right lighting, the right characters, the right dress, all of the things that constitute the image experience, those were placed. So far we've talked about things like the colors, the shapes, the words in the letter form, which is typography or fonts. You can start to see how all these things come together, right? You can take any brand that you know and love and you'll recognize that there absolutely is a visual vocabulary, a way in which they're communicating to you with a whole series of visual experiences. Well, we call that visual expression, the way in which you are expressing your brand visually. And it's imperative that you don't stop at the logo. Because when I start reading your brochure, swimming through your website, going to your trade show, is it gonna stop with the logo? Or am I gonna see an integrated visual experience where a select few colors, the right lighting, the right type of photographs, all of these shapes intertwine together to create a synchronized experience that we call visual expression.